What's up, guys? Welcome back.
This weekend at the World Cup was absolute chaos. Brazil got held, Australia shocked Türkiye, Germany turned into a machine, Netherlands and Japan gave us a proper banger, and Sweden quietly made one of the loudest statements of the tournament. Let's break it down. First, Brazil versus Morocco. This ended 1-1. And honestly, that scoreline does not tell the full story. Brazil were expected to come out flying. 5-time world champions, world-class attackers, huge expectations, a squad full of individual quality. But Morocco came with zero fear. They stayed compact. They closed the middle. They frustrated Brazil. And every time Brazil lost the ball, Morocco looked ready to hurt them. This was not Morocco just surviving. This was Morocco proving they belong at this level. Brazil had possession, but Morocco had belief, and that is the worrying part for Brazil. They had moments, yes, but not enough rhythm, not enough sharpness, not enough control in the final third. For Brazil, this is not a disaster, but it is definitely a warning, because in this new World Cup format, one draw can change the pressure of the entire group. Now let's talk about Australia versus Türkiye. This was one of the biggest shocks of the weekend. Australia won 2-0, and they deserved it. Nobody expected Türkiye to look this uncomfortable. Türkiye had the technical quality, they had the hype, they were supposed to control the game. But Australia made it physical, they made it direct, they made it messy. And Australia loved every second of it. They pressed hard, they fought for second balls, they never let Türkiye settle. And once Australia got momentum, Türkiye started to look frustrated. This result gives Australia more than 3 points. It gives them belief. And at a World Cup, belief is dangerous. For Türkiye, this is a serious wake-up call. The talent is there. But if they cannot handle pressure, physicality, and chaos, this group can become very uncomfortable very quickly. Then came Germany. Germany did not just win. Germany sent a warning. Germany 7-1 Curaçao. 7 in a World Cup match. Yes, Curaçao are not the strongest team in the tournament, but 7 goals is still 7 goals. Germany looked sharp. Their movement was clean. Their passing was quick. Their pressing was aggressive. And once they smelled weakness, they did not slow down. That is the scary part. Some teams win and manage the game. Germany won and kept attacking. This felt like a team trying to prove a point. And if Germany keep this rhythm, they are going to be a serious problem. Right now, they look like one of the most complete teams in the tournament. Now Netherlands versus Japan. This was football entertainment. A 2-2 draw. And honestly, both teams had moments where they could have won it. Netherlands had power, size, and quality. Japan had speed, pressing, discipline, and that fearless tournament mentality. Every time the Netherlands tried to control the game, Japan made it uncomfortable. Every time Japan looked dangerous, the Netherlands had enough quality to respond. This was power versus pressing, control versus chaos, European structure versus Asian intensity. For the Netherlands, a draw is not terrible. But for Japan, this is a huge confidence booster. They showed they can stand up to a big football nation and actually compete. That group just got very interesting. Ivory Coast also made a strong start, a 1-0 win over Ecuador. It was not flashy, it was not wild, but it was effective. They looked physical, focused, and dangerous when it mattered. And sometimes that is exactly what you need in a World Cup opener. A clean, hard-fought win. 3 points. Move on. That is tournament football. And finally, Sweden. Sweden beat Tunisia 5-1. That is not just a win. That is a statement. Sweden are not always the loudest team. They do not always get the hype. But when they are organized, direct, and efficient, they can hurt teams badly. Against Tunisia, they looked controlled, ruthless, confident. Before this match, people called Sweden solid. After this match, people need to call them dangerous. So what did this weekend tell us? Morocco are not just a dark horse anymore. They are a serious team. Brazil have quality, but they need answers quickly. Australia are dangerous now because they believe. Türkiye need a response immediately. Germany look like early title contenders. Japan are going to be a nightmare for anyone. Netherlands still have quality, but they cannot afford to switch off. Ivory Coast are solid. And Sweden? Do not sleep on Sweden. That is your World Cup weekend review. Big teams tested. Underdogs rising. Predictions already failing. And the tournament is only getting started. Comment below which result shocked you the most And who looks like the strongest team so far? Subscribe for more World Cup reviews, predictions, and match breakdowns. Because at this World Cup, anyone can be beaten. And that is exactly why we watch.